beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Let's see. Look at this. Okay. Hope everybody's having a good day. My name is Jeanette and I am a high vibrational being. I'm here. I'm being guided to do a reading for the collective. I have the ancient Egyptians back here. They're calling me to work with the Egyptian gods, the ancestors. I'm also called to work with the ETs to provide the messages that you need to hear at this time. There are ancestor messages that are going to come through as well. Please be open to receive if these messages are for you. If they're not, you don't have to agree to them. You could just click off and go about your business. Go to another channel. Maybe somebody else has a message for you on another channel. What else? I'm very grateful. I already did my prayer. I already did my cleaning. I cleaned my home. So that way the energy that is coming through is always for the highest good of all. These are tools that are used to help guide some of you who are on the spiritual journey to receiving and learning who you are. This journey is not a very easy journey. There's a lot of things and a lot of people that we need to let go. There's also many gifts that are opening up to us at this time. I know one of them for me, once again, is the light language energy that I've been guided to bring into the collective at this time. Light language, I'm going to let you know light language, some of the definitions of light language. Light language is often described as a form of spiritual communication or channeling that involves sounds, symbols, and gestures to convey messages or healing energy. The purpose is believed to be a way to connect with higher realms of consciousness, access deeper levels of healing, and facilitate personal transformation methods. It can be through voice, speaking, singing, toning, chanting, hands, writing, drawing, movements, intuitive gestures. I'm just going to show you one of my light language that I was guided to write. Light language. Let's see. That's the light language. Right here is light language that I've been writing. Symbols. What do they mean? They're very smart. They're very high conscious. There are symbols that activate a being within your system, your system, your insides, your cells. Very smart. I drew an alien because I believe that I work with higher consciousness beings that are very intelligent, and they also provide these messages through my dream state. Just if I'm walking, I will see symbols in front of me. I just seen an orb. Um, Very high vibration, and I am picking up as well because I did a few videos with light language speaking. So I'm being guided to also bring that light language into my reading today, and to help those to continue to raise their consciousness. Remember, light language is not a language that you could, how you say it, bring it into English. It's a frequency, it's a vibration. There are symbols, there's tones, it's to activate within your being. People draw like I said, I drew light language here. I drew the light language. So they're symbols. Shamika Naya Makatana, Ila Makayata, Shamika Naya, Imakatana, Amika Yata, Shamika Nata, Makayana, Shamika Nata Kayana, Hamika Yata, Shamika Nata. Then I am going to, I have several cards here. So I am also going to use alphabets. This is going to be a long reading, just letting you know. It's going to be a long reading because the ancestors, they do want to talk. They do want to provide the message that you need to hear at this time. Those who are star seeds, you are being activated at this time. You're also going to a higher level of consciousness. There's things that you need to let go, things that you need to be aware, people that you need to be aware, places that you need to be aware, food that you need to intake. Any toxins that is in your system, you may be called to do a fasting as well. Okay, looking for my water. So there's a lot of energy that is going on on this planet at this time, and a lot of people are very skeptic because they like to, how you say it, they like to see proof. When you work with spirits and you know you're connected to the higher consciousness, you are able to discern whether somebody's telling you the truth or somebody's lying to you. That's why we always have to clean and heal ourselves, always ground our energy, and look at patterns, see what people are coming around you, what are they telling you, their intentions. Be very mindful, be very open, and learn in the process. Learn in the process because we are always being tested. So, I'm going to start off with my bells. Clear out any energy. That are not for the highest good. Bring in the white light. Spirit, angels, ancestors to come. Channel these messages. Ancient ancestors. Passed on loved ones. Galactic beings. Help me channel these messages. I got a message. I got a message the other day. I was reading. I got this. I got confirmation to use my light language to speak to the collective. These messages came from, I'm not gonna say, I asked my galactic family last night if I am ready to use this light language, and I was given the go-ahead. Not to be afraid, not to be ashamed, because when I did do the light language before, I felt like people were talking about, it was just very weird energy that I was picking up. People were talking about me, and it's like, you know what, who gives a flying who talks about you? Nobody is better than anybody. We are all in different levels of ascension. We all are one with the Creator. There's more levels, and people are on different timelines at this time. So only you are your own person to accept or reject any energy that is not of your highest good. And that's fine, because nobody's forcing anything on anyone. Just so that you know that. I am not here. I'm not any entity or any system that you need to be on my channel all the time and listen to me. I'm not, that's not who I am. I'm here to help the collective raise their consciousness. And I come from a space of pure love and no judgment for anyone. I was even writing like language and drew an alien. So as you saw it, I drew an alien. And this alien was the one that was in the video with Sananda. And my thoughts, these are my thoughts. My thoughts on politics is that God is in control. Leaders are all being exposed. Stop believing these people who are distracting you from your spiritual path. So I believe that the system, all this stuff that is happening on YouTube and also the news, the Trump, also Elon, these are all distractions for taking you off the Epstein files, to take you off on your track, on your spiritual awakening. So that way you're focused more on that and you're not focusing on your healing. Be very discerning with the energy. Be very discerning, because there are energy harvesters out there. They harvest off your energy. They harvest off you when you watch these channels. These people who are fake prophets who talk about Jesus, but then they talk about Jesus, then they talk about him as a low-level entity. They talk about him in ways that is not at the highest good. Be very careful who you are watching. Then, okay, and healing among us today. I got a message from the Palladian portal. I'm grateful, and I will send her, okay. I got a message, so that's my personal stuff. Then, I got a message. There was a painting. I was watching a movie. It was called Spiritual Paranoia. And in the movie, there was a painting. And the painting, it had John 10:10. And then I went to the Bible and I read, the thief that comes only to steal and kill and destroy the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. So what I got is that Jesus, Son of God, came to us the wisdom to go back to God, the Creator, and we will never be without when we turn our life over to the Most High God. Not Jesus, because Jesus was the messenger. Jesus was a prophet. He was a high vibrational being. He was, if you know who Jesus was, and I don't need to explain, do your research, do the real research, because we have been lied to about what the Bible has written about Jesus, Mary Magdalene, about the sacrifices and all this and all that. It's just a bunch of lies that we have been programmed to believe. But that's on you. You just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Nobody's telling anyone to believe what I believe. And then I went deeper. Will always be blessed. Jesus state his purpose came to give us life abundantly and have it abundantly. This emphasizes that Jesus offers a life that is not just existing but thriving. The difference between a life of spiritual poverty and emptiness, and a life of spiritual richness and fulfillment obtainable through Jesus. And I say thank you, Father, for this message, because I received it on 7/15/25, and it was this painting that I saw on this movie. It just I look at things, and there's always a message behind everything that I am watching. Then I was drinking my lemon water, and then I heard a song. I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. And this song was written by Alicia Myers. This song is about, I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. God is going to send somebody, two divine beings, who is going to be spiritually connected, because God has set it up that way, and nothing and no one could ever do anything for these two beings to come together. But if you listen to the song, it's a very powerful song, and I keep getting this connection with these couples, because I also watched another movie, and it was called Josephine something, I don't know, but there was a couple. She had dreamt of her husband, when she was a young girl, when she put a piece of cake under her pillow, and her mother told her that if you put a piece of wedding cake under your pillow, you would dream of your future husband. So this, when she grew up, she saw this man that she had dreamed of through her sister getting married, her husband's best friend. So there's a friend that it's just a couple that's coming together, that no one can take this. It's a divine couple. It's a couple that God has set it up so that way they are, and this is not just one, these are going to be couples that God are putting together to raise the frequency and the consciousness of humanity, because the relationships between couples were not high vibrational. They were relationships that were programmed to lie and cheat among each other and do things to that wasn't of the highest good. These were programs that were programmed within a man, a woman, relationships, family, and to look outside themselves and outside their marriage for, and that's not how God works. God works where a family will be joined happily and not look out to other unfaithfulness and lusting over another woman or another man, or vice versa, or man, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This program of lust, this program of low vibrations, cheating and narcissistic behavior and controlling is not going to be part of the new world that we are creating a very high vibrational world. So now I'm going to get into my reading of my cards. Let's see what the Egyptian gods have to say. Yeah, there's many of you who are in need to meditate. Remember, meditation is very important. If somebody tells you that meditation is not important, you are opening portals within yourself that needs to be healed. And you have to start at the lower level in order to release the trauma, everything that you've been through, and heal that, and go into Mother Earth and release it. Always stay in stillness, so that way you'll always be able to receive, because there's a lot of shadows within yourself that you need to face, and you need to release those shadows. They're coming from every corner of the world, every part of your life. There's people who are coming to you to take you away from trusting what is being told to you during your meditation. There is light within the darkness. Trust that you're able to come out. Trust that you'll be able to see. When you have faith, when you believe, when you know who you are, when you start to feel the energy, your spirit, your Father, your higher self, when you start to trust in that inner guidance, these shadows will soon disappear. They'll pop up, but you know how to dispel them with love. Some of you may work with horseshoes. Horseshoe is is a lucky talisman. Usually a horseshoe is put over a door, the front door of your home. So any energy that is not at the highest good won't enter your home, because that's why it's very important to cleanse your space. Always anoint your home. Anoint yourself before you leave your home. So that way these shadows do not try to deter you from your path. Yes, you are going to be very abundant. These are also sacred geometry. The color green is giving lots of love. You're opening yourself up to love. I see green over here. There's different types of green, but it's green. It's love. There is also abundance. The truth will always set you free. The truth, speaking your truth, your voice, is releasing yourself from the chains that have been placed on you within yourself, with not trusting yourself, with not being confident of yourself, with thinking that whatever other people have said about you is true. The truth is that you are knowing yourself because you are coming into yourself in meditation and understanding that whatever is being put out is not of the highest good. It's not the truth. It's not the truth. This is, you have power. You are, Isis could be part of your ancestors who is here to let you know, don't give your power away to anyone. Know that you are very, very magical. 46, somebody could be 46 years old. There's a soulmate here. There's a soulmate here who's going to be truthful. Very affluent. Very powerful. Okay? They're very powerful. They are connected to the archangels of all four corners as well. There truly is an ending. This could be an ending to your own shadows. There's an ending to a soulmate that was not of your highest good. Maybe you're breaking up with this. Yeah, there's a divine feminine here who is very powerful. She's connected to the sun and to the moon. She's connected to fire, earth, and water. Very connected. Very powerful. It could be divine feminine, could be the energy of a male or female. It could be the body, you know, energy is feminine and masculine. Doesn't have to mean that it's an actual woman or actual man. The divine feminine within ourselves, within a masculine who had overactive energy of masculine energy, has turned that energy and balanced it to the divine feminine, which is more balanced, brought balance to the masculine, because when you have more masculine energy, you are more aggressive. When you bring in the divine feminine, she's more loving and caring, and compassionate. So when you bring these two energies together, you balance both energies within you. So that's what the your ancestors want you to know. And also do spiritual cleansing in your home. A lot of spiritual cleansing is needed in your home, in your, if you have a bathtub. I got a shower, so I can do, how you say it, the bath with the salt. So what you would do is, if you don't have that, is use a bowl for water and put Epsom salt there, so that way you could also do healing cleaning that way. Also put black salt around your home, so that way that energy doesn't come into your home. Remember, energy flows. And when you are a high vibrational being, that energy, you know how to protect your energy. You know how to protect your home. You know how to protect your children. You know how to protect your animals. You know how to protect those who you want protected. You know the power you hold within yourself. Yeah, so spiritual cleansing is needed at this time. Let's see what else. Anything else from this? Oh, yeah. The veil is lifted. Number 38. There's air energy here. Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, I think it is. Air energy. Know the Ankh is a new life, a new beginning. So there's new beginnings happening for those who are doing their work, for those who are on their path, for those who are working in the space of love and not in the space of chaos. Blue is speaking truth. You are speaking truth. You are releasing yourself. Even if you're doing it through music, you're doing it through your art, you're doing it through your writing. Very artistic way of doing how to release this energy that has been holding you back. It could have been a family member holding you back. It could have been a system holding you back. It could be your own mental state holding you back. Always practice positive affirmations and gratitude every single day. Every time you wake up, you say, thank you, Father. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the blessing. Thank you for the breath that I'm breathing at this time. Thank you for my heart. I am beautiful. I am healthy. I am a divine being. I am honest. I am light. I am of the vessel of the Most High God. I am powerful. I am healthy. Don't ever give your power away to anything or anyone. Not even a doctor. Not even a doctor. Doctors say, oh, you can't squat, or you can't do this, or you need surgery. You're not in control. You're not in control of my health. I will take that power back. I do not agree to those things that you're telling me. I will always look for the Most High God, because He's my healer. And I heal through the power of the Most High God. And you don't ever have to. I'm telling you, because I've been told, I speak from my experience. I've been told a lot of things about doctors, about things that were implanted in my body that I didn't need, surgeries that I had. I speak because I've experienced. I experienced a lot in this lifetime. And I speak from the wisdom and the knowledge that I have from this lifetime. And I also connect to the ancestors, to the past. Because I know I've been here before. And I'm here to help those to raise their consciousness and to understand that everything that is happening around us is not to hurt us, it's to awaken and find forgiveness and find peace and love and understanding and compassion and let go. Because the only one in control is God, the Creator, who created this whole world, who created the ETs, who created everything. Know that there's a lot of protection around God's children. There's a lot of you going through big transformations. You are going through a very deep healing transformation. Continue to cleanse yourself. There's 10:10 here. 28:19. There's a big ending and there's new beginnings. There is endings, but there are also beginnings, a new life. This is the cross that we wear, like the sacrifice cross. This was the first. This is the true meaning. This Ankh is a new beginning, is a new life. Not the cross that I wear as well, because I was programmed to believe that Jesus was sacrificed through God. It's a whole different story. I'm beginning to learn more about the truth of the story of the Bible. And the hidden secrets that have been told to us to program us to think that sacrifice is what God do to his children in order to return back to him. I don't know about you, but I don't agree to that. I believe God is very loving, very caring, and everybody has a choice. Everybody has a choice. You have a choice. You pick up your book and stop listening to other people and learn and research. And stop being codependent on other people. And learn how to take control of your own life. So this is from here. Let's see what the Egyptian gods have to tell. The collective. Oh, there's big transformations happening here. There are endings. There are people leaving this world. Because that's a given. I don't know if you're seeing the what's going on in this world today. There's a lot of storms, a lot of volcanoes, a lot of floods, a lot of things happening. And some of it is man-made, and some of it is part of life. But here is Anubis. Those whose heart is heavy will face will be judged. There's balance that's going to be brought. There's weighing of the scale. If your heart is not lighter than the feather, it's time to change that. If you believe that you are able to say, dear Lord, dear Father, dear Jesus, I give up, I'm done. I turn my life over to you. I will not lie, I will not cheat, I will not steal. I will not do anything to hurt any human being, any animal. I will walk in faith. I will walk and trust that I'm being guided in the right direction. So yet, fruitfulness. There's going to be a lot of abundance for God's children. It's going to be full of abundance. Healing. Lots of healing that is happening at this moment. Let's see, Sayed's 27. 27, let's see. There's a lot of floods. 27. Through the floods, there's going to be a new beginning. New start, new fruition, new things through these forces of nature that is happening. It's going to be lots of fertility, new changes that is happening on a big scale all over the world. The systems are going to change. The way we grow our food is going to change. The way people work together is going to change, because we're all going to work with each other and not against each other. This way that we were living was a way of so much hurt, so much pain, so much the wars, so much ending, so much, and the ones that were being oppressed were God's children, and people who are in leadership, taking control and doing things, siphoning people's energy to their benefits. They were getting rich off of us. They were getting rich off of your creativity. They were getting rich off of your divine, beautiful, pure, loving. They just fed off your fears. They feed off your fears. Know that. They like to see you when you are crying and wanting and needing them and going to them begging for money for food or money, when the person or the energy that you need to go to is really God. Saying that these laws that are being created at this time, they're gonna take medical insurance, whatever. Say what you want to say. God is the one in control. I do not submit to anything or anyone outside of myself. I do not submit at all to anything or anyone. It is what it is. When God said it's my time, it's my time. I am not going to force anything. I see, I've experienced homelessness, I experienced abuse, I experienced HIV, I experienced mental health, I experienced substance abuse, I experienced everything that you can imagine. Looking at death right in my face. Experiencing the loss of a child. Experiencing not having a dime, but always having the faith. Experiencing death. You know what it is to not have anyone to come and help you when you have surgery on your leg and you're falling on your in your home by yourself. Developing pulmonary embolism. Okay? But still being grateful and thankful and not submitting to darkness, to overcome experiencing depression, anxiety, and all this pain management and all this programming that there was, and then being like this and people calling you on the phone and saying that you owe all this money, and it was just a scare tactic, and it was just them taking using the energy to try to control you. You have no power. Government, you have no power. Exes, you have no power. Family, you have no power. Nobody has power. There's only God who has the power. I'm very passionate. Here's Bassett. She is a very powerful Lyran. She's from the Lyran constellation. Very powerful. She works with cats. Very intuitive. Very passionate. If you are from the Lyran starseed, if you're a Lyran starseed, she may want to work with you. You may want to work with her. But you always have to go to God first. Always make sure you go to the Divine Father first. Because nobody, none of these deities, none of these archangels, none of these galactic families, nobody is more higher than the Divine Father. And you don't give your power to these people or these entities or these galactic federations. They work with us, yes, but we don't give them the power because it's God who has the power. Genesis, there's a new beginning here. There's a new beginning. Genesis. New beginning. There's a new beginning and there's endings. There's new beginning, there's endings, there's a lot of healing. Healing comes through passion and knowing that whatever storms we go through is going to be very rewarding because we need to make space for new to come into our world. Intelligence. Hathor. You may want to work with Hathor too. Hathor, intelligence. It's very, if you work, you are a divine being. She is the goddess of love, passion, and beauty. Her parties are orgies of intoxication, joy, music. She's also associated with childbirth, delivery, and children. She is portrayed as a young woman with cow horns on her head. The sun disk is placed between the horns, which is why she is called the divine cow. But she's also destructive. She has a destructive side. Try to create pleasant situations and make the most of the moments you experience. In love, hath our health intensified sexuality, the senses, the explosion of life, of everything capable of being born, increase of wealth in all areas, especially material. There is a lot of abundance coming in. There is a lot of abundance. 14 is very significant. Yesterday I seen 414. God showed me 414 for a reason. Somebody's birthday is on 414. Somebody who was not of the highest good. 414. I could also see it as the 144. 144,000. Yeah. There is completeness. This cycle is completed. This cycle is being completed at this time. Kansu Hermitage. Let me see, because I don't know all these Egyptian gods. So we have 36. Let's see. So his name means perfect. He is the god of perfumes who relieves suffering and also the god of immortality. He is represented as a young boy dressed in a simple skirt with a lotus flower on his head, a symbol of birth and regeneration. For this reason, he is the deity of sweet smells. He represents the complete fusion with the universe, the ultimate success, the completeness, the triumph, and initiatives, the fullness of one's own energy. Follow the heavenly directions and you will have the right reward and the right place in a higher spiritual hierarchy. Remember that the initiative is the one who carries the seed of light within him. Somebody here, you carry the light within you. You are very high consciousness. You are going to receive so much in your life. You have a very high spiritual ranking at this time. Your heart is lighter than the feather. You were given during your initiative, your initiation. You rebirth yourself. You're starting all over again. You're healing yourself. You're full of passion, full of love, full of joy, full of happiness. Very smart. And through all this, you're going to receive what God has for you. God has a lot to give you because you have been very patient and doing the work. And here we have the god of the moon, Kansu. It means time and knowledge. His name means traveler. So somebody here could travel. Kansu is the admiral of human destinies. He is depicted as a mummified young child. He represents the synthesis of the beauty of youth. the archetype of youthful amazement and spontaneity. Like other children's deities, he symbolizes the potential that lies in all of us. Be open to new ideas and be brave and be bold in facing up to the unknown. Face the unknown. Don't ever be scared to speak your truth. Don't ever be scared to tell. Nobody is any better than you. There's a way of doing it, and do it with in a way that you're very intelligent and you know what you're talking about. Don't ever let somebody take your power away. Be open to new ideas and be brave and bold in facing up to the unknown that represents itself to you. Possibilities of journeys that take you away from your comfort zone. In love, you may experience new favorable beginnings. So there's people here who are going to be in relationships that is going to be very divinely unified by Spirit, God, your ancestors, but is more divinely protected by the Most High God. Yeah, there is balance. Ooh, Horus. Horus is here. Lots of stability. You know, when you have the left hemisphere, the right hemisphere, the left hemisphere of your brain, you have to learn how to clear out one side so that way you heal and you reach the higher consciousness, and know that you are being watched during this process. This is the all-seeing eye, Horus. And Horus is very, he represents the hawk, or a hawk-headed man. His name means the distant one, the falcon, with its majestic soaring and whooping in the sky. During a confrontation with the god Seth, Horus lost his left eye, which was then healed by the god Thoth. So you may connect to these deities, these Egyptian gods. They may be part of your ancestors who are here, who are helping you, who are guiding you, who are helping you see from higher perspective as well, who are opening your eyes to see those who are around you. The eye was given the name of the Eye of Horus. He embodies universal order and harmony. Put your trust in the god Horus, because everything will turn out fine, as with the albeit painful loss of false friends. So you may have friends who are around you who are not of your highest good, and this is being shown to you. On the physical plane, you will be wrapped in harmony. His presence advises you to show more awareness in the way you pay attention to your life. He helps you transform all things from inferior to superior. So you are being guided also by Horus. If you wear the Eye of Horus, you may have a tattoo of Horus. And if you have a tattoo of Horus and you're not using that energy, because that's a talisman for protection, and you are doing things that are not at the highest good, trust and believe that that energy is not working with you. Because he brings in harmony and balance. He helps you transform all things from inferior to superior. Very powerful. Very powerful. Horus. Horus was the son of Isis. And his father There's a lot of prosperity, a lot of abundance. There's a lot of abundance. Here goes thought, God thought. You know, God thought. I see him also as Enoch as well. He writes everything we do, and our, how you call it, everything we do in our lifetime, every lifetime, it is written down. So thoughts is here as well, and so is Geb, who is prosperity. I'm gonna let you know what Geb wants you to know. God of the earth and all animals. He is usually depicted lying on the ground with plants and fruits on his body, or as a bearded man with goose on his head. The emblem representing hieroglyphic of his name, Get, symbolizes wealth, fertility, and abundance of nature, but is also most feared forces. But is also its most feared forces. With Geb, you can trust in slow but constant development, such as the realization of a project or the conclusion of a program. Somebody here, you may be developing a project, a job, a business, something. Know that it's going to start off slow, but if you're working with the energy, if you're working from a space of love, if you're working with the cycles, if you know that when you work with the cycles, it works with you. And it's all about planting the seeds, and it takes time for it to grow. So don't rush the process. Know that it's going to take time, but it's going to be very successful. It's going to be because first you have to transform yourself. Then you're developing and creating this business, and not everybody could go with you. So God is taking people away that doesn't serve you, so that way you are guided towards your real soul tribe, your real family, in order for your business to become successful, because this is what is being built at this time. This is what we're creating at this time. We're not creating anymore from a scamming space, a space where people have businesses by scamming other people in the process, saying they're developing this tech company, and invest in that tech company, invest in that Bitcoin company, these things at this moment, and it's just siphoning your energy. They're only taking your money, and when you come see, you're like, where's my money? Where is it going? Was it growing? And it's not, because these people are not of your highest good. They're scammers. They don't know how to create. They do not know how to use the cycles. They're still in this mentality of lack, and they like to steal from people because that's all they know. They don't know how to change themselves in order for their life to change along with it, and to reprogram their mind so that way they're able to bring this all into their new existence and let go of the old way of doing things. You might experience extremely pleasant, tranquil, and tender emotions full of harmony and moral integrity. So your business is going to be full of integrity, morals, values, ethics. That's what I got. And that is get. You're going to see everything fruition. Everything is going to come into your business with full of love. Then we have thought here. The human-shaped deity with the head of an abyss or the form of a baboon. God, moon, moon god, symbol of wisdom, lord of time. He is the protector of scribes and the inventor of writing, the god of magic, clairvoyance, and law. He assists Anubis in judging souls and reaching decisions on their fate. You are required to show self-discipline, as this is the key to success in making progress. Learn how to use intelligent resources. If you want to successfully complete certain enterprises, learn to behold and to reject immoral tendencies. That's what are immoral tendencies is these scammers want to be more, keep taking money from people and scamming them and not giving them their products, or putting shortcuts to the products, and these products break, and then people got to keep buying and buying and buying and buying because the work that they're putting out is not coming from a space of morals and values. Learn to behold and to reject immoral tendencies. Be impartial in all things you do if you want to pursue a complete and just life. I'm telling you that the business that people are going to be creating moving forward, if it's not of high morals, high values, and it's not to service humanity, and it's not to service God's children, just your business will not flourish. Your business will not flourish. It will not take off. Because the energy that you're putting in is not coming from a space of love. It's coming from a space that you want to have more than anybody else. And that's not possible anymore. That's not going to happen anymore. Know that this new energy that is here, it's working with high vibrational energies, who is here to help raise the consciousness, help create better businesses for all, not to keep others homeless, not to keep others without food lacking. That's not the energy we're working on anymore. Not for the suffering, not for the sick. Because sick is part of your mind, part of thinking that you're not good enough, you don't have enough, you don't have for your medical. When you think that low, when you're giving yourself control over to others, agreeing to conditions that you can heal yourself, you're making agreements that is not of your highest God. We have to learn how to use discernment in certain situations to know that our bodies are vessels. When you eat good, when you exercise, when you don't intake alcohol, when you don't intake smoking cigarettes, illicit drugs, any pharmaceutical drugs, anything that is being given to control your system, and you give all this up, and you turn your whole world around, your whole entire vessel starts to heal, starts to release, detox. You learn how to detox. There's certain fruits, certain vegetables, certain herbs that we use, crystals, to heal ourselves, whether you believe it or not. I really, you only take what resonates with you, and you do your own research. Like I said, everybody has a choice. You have your choice. My yacht is here. I'm gonna end it. This is my yacht is here. There is truth and fairness. Number 13, she's here. A lot of people are going to face the truth, and it's going to be balanced out, because God is going to make sure that He's the one that's going to judge. He has His workers all over the world. He has the angels. He has these whistleblowers that are out there working in different sectors, government systems, that sees everything that is happening. The truth will always come out. Goddess of harmony, justice, and truth. She is usually depicted as a young woman with wings and holding the scepter of power, a symbol of eternal life. She wears an ostrich feather on her head, a symbol of lightness. Mayat also represents universal order. All existence moves on the basis of the principle of justice, interpreted as a law that must be observed. It is time for recovery and restoration. It is time for recovery in our world and our planet at this moment. Those who did injustice, those who have turned away from God, those who have done things that is not of the highest good, and you were told to don't do it, don't do it, and don't do it, and didn't believe that there was going to be balance that's going to be placed. A lot of people are facing judgment. You will receive rewards for certain right actions, but also punishments and consequences for wrong ones. Remember that happiness can only be achieved through fairness, righteousness, and moderation. I see a lot of injustice. I pray for those who continue to cause a lot of confusion, a lot of drama, put out darkness, speak negative, speak these dark words into our world. Know that those words don't hurt God's children. We are protected. We will always be protected because we will always speak our truth. We will always bring light to where there is darkness. We will always shine. We will always stand for injustice. There's no weapon that is ever formed against God's children that will ever prosper. And whoever you are, and those weapons that you are forming, be careful. Be careful, because God is watching you. God is watching you. Just know that. Just know that. There will be balance. There will be balance. There will be balance. And that's what the Egyptian gods want to tell you. There will be balance. There will be fairness. There will be right. And those who are working to change this world for the highest good will receive their rewards. God will make sure that his people will no longer be enslaved. And it's up to us to do the work, because God does not intervene in our lives unless we turn our life to him. We are the ones. We have free will. We have choices. You wanted to go to the left side, okay? There's people that wanted to go on the path where they were tired of going through these cycles of abuse, of neglect, of oppression, of homelessness, of pain, medication. You're not good enough. You're not worthy enough. You're not a good mother. People get tired. If you get tired, you turn your life, because your way was not working. Your way wasn't working. And you surrender yourself to the Most High God. Say, you know what, God? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. My way's not working. I surrender to you, my Father. I trust in you. I have so much faith in you. And I will never ever cause any harm or hurt to any human being, any animal, anything in my life. I will never ever speak wrong of any person. I will never gossip. I will never compete. I'm no better than the other person. We are all equal. We are all one. No matter the race, no matter the culture, no matter who you are, we are all equal. They don't teach you this. This is a part of your heart. This is part of your morals. This is part of God, being in God's energy. Being in God's energy. Being a true divine being who is here to help. And to face so much, to face a lot of hate, to face a lot of attacks, whether these attacks were spiritual, whether these attacks were physical, okay? We face them. And we face them with dignity. And we face them with love. And we face them without hurting anyone. Even through the process of all the, all the technologies being used, all the spying, all the, these devices to harvest. You guys, so much. There's so much that has been done, and think that God doesn't see. He sees all the tricks. Everything the Vatican did, everything that the president, everything that all these people in the system have done, they saw you. They saw you. They sure did see you. Just know You could change your life around if you want to make it right. It's never too late. It's never too late to turn your life over to God. Remember, Jesus was a messenger. Jesus was not God. Jesus was a messenger. He was here to help humanity raise their consciousness. But the Vatican, the Romans, they switched a lot of people. I know that I seen how you say it. There was this series. It was called The Door. It was on Hulu, I believe, and there was these popes, these people that harvesting energy and doing all this and putting lies, and there's a lot of SE acts happening among popes. Popes and cardinals and things that were not, that they practice and say that they don't do, and but they were having babies out of being priests and all. It's like, you're preaching something from the Bible, but then you're doing the opposite. When you really turn your life over to the Most High God, you don't need a temple. You don't need to go confess yourself to nobody. But confess it to, you have a relationship. God is spirit, so why would you go speak to a man that is only harvesting your energy, or to a woman harvesting your energy? And you find forgiveness for these people. Just forgive, let it go, and keep it moving. Have no attachments to it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You learned your lesson. We all come into this life to learn. And people come into our world. God tests us to see if we're ready to go to a higher level of consciousness. If not, we're going to keep repeating the same level over and over and over and over and over and over again until we get it. Until we get it. And trust and believe. It's like, I always say this. It's like going on a gerbil wheel or a rat wheel. It's like, round and round, here we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. It's like, until I awaken, and all that rat racing, that rat chasing, that thing, that whatever, the cycle, whoo. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Lord. I'm so thankful. I am so blessed and very thankful that we learn through the lessons. No matter how sick, I just really needed to speak today. I really needed to come out here today, and I was guided to really, really come and speak from a space of honest and truth, because there's a lot of lies that are out there. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of lies. It's like, where does it stop? It stops when you stop looking at that. It stops when you say, you know what? I gotta go in, because all this outside is really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. The lies that you've been told every single day, either by your own partners, by your own family members, by your own friends. They're put in places. These are recycled people who have come into your life to teach you. So I'm reading from a mentee. Wow. I honor virtue. I honor virtue. I honor virtue. Let's see. This is a message for you guys. I honor virtue. Let's see. I honor virtue. I haven't used these cards in a long time, but this was developed, it's so interesting, in December 2021. Wait, December 21, 2012 was a date that forever changed the course of my destiny. When I first heard of the Mayan calendar, I was working for a famous reality star's pop culture blog, and while researching viral content, I fell asleep into a rabbit hole about the apocalypse, prophecy, and the end of time. But before we dive fully into that day, let me backtrack a little. Intuition, dreams, and spirituality have been interwoven into my life for as long as I can remember. Growing up, my grandmother, Fia, imagine a woman who looked like a blonde Helena Golovsky with a Kathleen Turner voice, was like a second mother to me. She was fascinated by Aleister Crowley, witchcraft, and the demonology, but equally impassioned with beauty and importance of art and culture. In the living room of her home, a print of Hieronymus Bach's Garden of Earthly Delight was adjunct to joyous Saturn devouring his son, and soundtrack to Gimaco Puccini's, I don't know who's this, and was reverberating, I'm sorry, through the walls. Education and understanding the world were things my grandmother held in the highest esteem. Never having the opportunity to go to college, she was an avid reader in many ways. I think she imbued her unfinished academic business into how she loved, cared, and taught me the perspective that shaped my imagination in my formative years. This is about the writer of these oracle cards, the living, the Amati oracle. My grandmother gave me an oracle card deck when I was about 8 years old, the origins of which I am uncertain of to this day. We used it to sit at her kitchen table, and she would teach me how to use my intuition and imagination to feel the art of the card, of each card, as a way to weave the meaning I perceive into a story with my mind's eye. With the cards fanned out face down, we would turn one at a time. I would say how the card made me feel, and she would guide me into how my feelings could actually form a story, helping me understand what my thoughts were transmitting out into the ether. That time in my life was the seed of my becoming. That time in my life was my most treasured. That time in my life slipped away almost as far as it arrived. My grandmother passed away when I was 12 years old. Her heart gave out during surgery and she died on the operating table. She was cremated and her ashes were spread into the ocean while Wagner's Ride of the Valkyries played. The oracle card that she gave me was and is the most precious gift I've ever received. Her nurturing of my dreams, intuition, art, culture, and imagination is the most invaluable set of lessons I've learned. Now back to 2012. While deep in the Mayan calendar rabbit hole, I stumbled upon a documentary entitled Time for Change by Daniel Pitchbeck, the visionary author of Breaking Open the Head and How Soon Is Now, who is a major catalyst for the resurgence of contemporary shamanism. The documentary sparked something deep within me that I had suppressed for a very long time. While the oracle card deck and spiritual gifts of my childhood has stayed with me, to friends, this part of me was just a novelty. I had hidden my true self to fit in because the bullying I suffered in elementary school for being a witch and a weirdo was not something I wanted to carry into adulthood. So instead, I outwardly focused more on the superficial and material and closeted my inward experiences with invisible realms. Don't ever hide yourself from anybody. Don't ever hide your spiritual gifts from anybody. They take your power away. I swear, because I know in my lifetime, people bullied. But it's okay. I'm no longer hiding in a shell. We're open. But the documentary, okay, closeted, my experience, apocalypse, okay. But that documentary did something to me. It made me realize the dream I was living is not one that I was lucid for, and it was time for a change. The time had come for the revelation of truth, an apocalypse in the sense of burning away everything that I wasn't, an initiation into a new understanding, to see beyond the veil and step into the fire. I quit working in pop culture, ended my relationship at the time, moved into a new studio apartment and decided to go to a retreat Daniel was hosting at Guarda de Osas in Costa Rica, so that I could further find myself. So some of you may be interested in taking a spiritual retreat. On the first night of this retreat, I had the most intense dream of my life. I woke up in a dream and saw a long hallway. With that appeared to be an extraterrestrial in a spacesuit at the end of it. I distinctly remember saying out loud, "Oh wow, it's an alien. I am going to make contact." As I walked towards this figure, as I got closer, the alien took off his helmet and appeared to be a man, a human being. He then said to me, "There is nothing alien. There is no other. Everything is connected. Nothing is separate. All that matters in this life is that your heart is as light as a feather." And I woke up shortly after. I journaled the dream and drew as much as I could remember. We had limited access to the internet, where we were in the middle of the rainforest. So when I got home, I went online to research the meaning of the heart, the feather, and the scale. I came to find that the exact symbol from my dream, actually how the ancient Egyptians believed the soul would be measured in the afterlife. The Book of the Dead, the weighing of the heart, is the soul's final judgment. And if the deceased could justify answer 42 specific questions known as the 42 negative confessions of Mayat about how their life had been, they could have the choice to pass through to paradise, reincarnate, or if they perfectly answered, become a star, the ultimate destination, as the eternal light that fuels the growth of the living universe. If the questions were not answered well and the heart was weighed down from a life filled with regret, negative choices and actions, then the souls would be damned to be eaten by Chimera, type of demon named Admit, who devours all the heavy-hearted. The feather by which your heart is measured is the feather of Mayat. And we spoke about that earlier. And we had that in our reading. Mayat did come out. So a lot of people, like I said, is going to face their judgment. The goddess who is embodied of truth, justice, harmony, morality, and the balance of chaos and order. Death, dreams, order, chaos, and balance of it all have been the invisible poetry imbuing my own journey into being, and the philosophy of Mayat has been imprinted on my heart ever since that dream chose to come into my consciousness. Her wisdom guides the oracle deck I will share with you for your journey. So the first card that came out was I honor virtue. Know that there's no, okay, sorry. I honor virtue. Virtue is defined as morals, excellence, goodness, righteousness. But this definition alone does not fully encapsulate what living this ideal means. It has been said that the four cardinal virtues are temperance, prudence, courage, and justice. Four pillars emerging from strong spiritual foundation that hold the divine astral architectural of the soul in place. The pillars of virtue can be honored by remembering the call to action this ideal evokes. To know means to record in one's memory, but to understand means to blend with the thing and to assimilate its oneself. To show temperance is to be reminded to keep your spiritual scale balanced, to keep calm mind, to control your emotions, to breathe, and to remember love are the highest truth. Remember to always keep balance. Remember to always have courage. Keep your mind calm. Keep yourself balanced, your energy harmonized. That's why it's important for all to always sit in calmness and peace and just let go of distractions and just sit with yourself and learn to hear the message that you are being given. It's always for your highest good if you're working with that energy. Remember, we have to keep our hearts as light as a feather. Always keep the heart as light as a feather. I give offerings that are genuine. You give offerings that are genuine. The core of Buddhist philosophy stems from an understanding that life is riddled with suffering, and it is our attachment to suffering that lends our life experiences more suffering. In finding mental, emotional, and spiritual liberation from suffering, we attain nirvana, the transcendental state which we are free from the fetters of materialism, detached from the effects of karma, and liberated from the cycle of death and rebirth. In the Emerald Tablets of Thought, it just keeps coming out, thoughts and rebirth. It's coming up a lot. The Emerald Tablet of Thought, the Atlantean, translated by Dr. Doreel, a comparable archetype, is considered in the halls of Amenti, or the Akashic records, where records of past and future lives coexist, but there is also a space where the soul is free from the body, living in light, and able to begin the cycle yet again, if so chooses. If you choose to rebirth yourself, if you choose to release yourself from the material world and go to a space of nirvana, which is the space of everything. It's like you release all this matter, all this dark, all this heavy energy that has been imprinted in our DNA and in our cells and in our ancestral past life. And if you go into this space of just liberating and releasing and understanding and being very compassionate for the journey that you have taken, and being open to receiving from the true light, from the true God, not no false, not anything that you're worshiping to give to. We don't do that. We come into oneness. Remember, you have a choice. Dwell here or leave here without desirous. Free is Amenti to the Son of Man. Take thou up life in what form thou desirest. Child of the light that has grown among men. Choose thy work, or choose thy work, for all shall must labor, never be free from the pathway of life. And this comes from the Emerald Tablet of Thought. In exploring the ideal of giving offerings that are genuine from a space of non-attachment with the living philosophy of a light heart in harmony with authenticity beyond any dogmatic system, we must be reminded of the core meaning of what it is to offer in the first place. The word offering finds its roots from a Latin offerere, meaning bestow or present. But it eventually evolved into the Old English offeram, which meant to sacrifice in the way of an offering to a deity. Modern society has conditioned us to believe that we must give to receive. In order to receive, we must give. It's a platitude that inadvertently feeds the idea of attachment. Because if we give so much and feel as though we are not receiving an equal echo back, it can cause us experience of suffering, of expectations. The popular movie and the series The Secret further fed this idea, not only in giving to receive, but also by stressing that by echoing thoughts and visualizing the material possessions you want and need to have, the universe will only open, the universe will open every path and allow the new car or $1 million check to magically materialize in your life. Yeah, okay. While thoughts and actions do echo back into reality and manifest, materialize in some fashion or another, we must be reminded of why we want what we want, and if the reason is to feed the soul or fill a void. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swings, manifests in everything. The measures of the swing to the right is the measure to the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. That's by the Kabbalion. The fifth Hermetic principle of the esoteric Kabbalion relates to the principle of rhythm, and in fact that the universe only compensates for what it puts out mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. In living in alignment with the heart and giving genuine offering that provides spiritual nourishment without any expectations of getting something back, we in effect do get something back by the kindness that ripples through the collective unconscious, the being of our doing, the life within our living. The biblical parable Jesus shares in Matthew 19:24 further solidifies the keys that unlock the shackles of suffering. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. Some claim that the accurate translation relates to a particular gate in Jerusalem known as the eye of a needle, and only the camel free from baggage or attachment is able to pass through the space because of the opening was so small. Is there a Stargate in Jerusalem? Did you know about the Stargate in Jerusalem? Do you know about the true meaning of what is going on in Jerusalem and Iran and Palestine and all these places? There are Stargates that they don't want you to know about. The perspective of the metaphor seems to have its heart in the idea that you may pass through into heaven with what you are, what you've done, and how you've lived, not with what you have acquired, collected, and attached yourself to materially. Liberation may be found in loving all without attachment, giving because it feels good to give, and allowing your presence to be a gift given without expectations of anything in return. I give offerings that are genuine. When we give from a space of love. We don't give in expectations to be given in return. Those who work in systems, they give, but they don't give. They give for you to sacrifice yourself. They want something in return. People who work in this space of materialism, like I gave when you didn't have, I was there for you. When you needed, I was there for you. Why can't people not give openly? It's like that was a constant chatter in my ear too. It's like I gave, I help, and I never ever, I speak for me. I never expected anything in return from people. I gave because I gave from a pure, from my kindness. But when people, that's why I don't like taking things from people. It's like I don't have no ties to anything that is not coming from a space of love. I will not entertain that. So be careful how the gifts that you get and receive, when somebody gives, it needs to come from a pure space. I achieve with integrity. I achieve with integrity. You achieve with so much love. You don't have to belittle yourself to anyone. You don't have to bow down to anything. Or it's like the brain was, we was programmed to do things that was not of the highest good. It's like, but once you're open up to your true self, you understand and you forgive yourself for the things that you have done, and you go back. Hold on, I'm trying to find this. I like this book because there's so much depth to it. I achieve. Trying to find I achieve. I'm sorry. This don't have no pages. I achieve. Page 41. It's all the way in the back. Page 41. Samantha Maria, hello. How are you? How you doing? How you doing? I advanced through, no, 41, sorry, where's page 41? Samantha Maria. Hello. How are you? How you doing, Samantha? Anybody else out there? Anybody else want to say hi? Hi. How are you? As I find this page, I'm sorry. I don't know where is this card. 41, but I don't see the card number 41. Oh, here we go. Initiation into a spiritual practice is when a candidate makes the conscious decision to embark on an evolutionary journey to new levels of consciousness and high planes of understanding and reality in which we live and operate. This rite of passage has founded its way through the mystery school of ancient Egypt. The Illusions of ancient Greece, the Kabbalism, Wiccan practice, and other orders such as Freemasonry and the Order of Eastern Star. These are all, Eastern Star, Freemasonry, Kabbalism, all these mystery schools such as these have often been shrouded in secrecy and be deviled by notions of conspiracy. However, the secrets are neither to hide nor to conspire, but to protect certain wisdom that must be earned through time, effort, and proof of character. I never knew about the Eastern Stars. I never knew about Wiccans. This is all new. It was new to me as I started my journey spiritual. I started awakening. I started to learn about all these Freemasonries and all these secret societies and that was out there that was not told to the people. But a lot of these places that practice this, some of them are very low vibration, and some of them are here to really do the work. So you always have the dark and the light side of everything. But to protect the certain wisdom that must be earned through time, effort, and proof of character. If the wisdom were to be freely revealed to the uninitiated, the power in this knowledge could find its way into the wrong hands, hearts, and minds. So there are people who use their gifts and have used them to do, and they were used for the wrong things. Just know that. To the true initiate on the path of studying the mysteries of the universe, wisdom is to receive through different degrees as the candidate advances past various rituals, tests, and trials which reveal the worth of the individual found in merit. Integrity is an essential part of character of the ideal initiated into these mysteries as living in alignment with integrity is living unified with truth, honesty, and virtue as breathing embodiment of the principle of Mayat. The lightness within the feather on the scale, the pure of heart can understand I achieve with integrity. When you are living as truth, unified, your reality reflects back to you with integrated honesty. The law of Eastern Stars applied this concept through rite of passage through the biblical heroines represented within their star. As death and life are eternally bound, the various process of life's journey echoes lessons, and through metaphors we can relate to each through study and embodiment. The heroines relate to each through study. The heroines of each star point are a reflection of the feminine. Three great lights of masonry, which are charity, long kindness, and truth as a mirror to the masculine. Three great lights of truth, relief, and brotherly love. Ada, A-D-A-H, represents the ideal daughter, the season of youth, and springtime, the virtues of fertility, loyalty, and intelligence. Martha embodies the ideal sister, the winter season, and faith, trust, fortitude, and endless of life eternal. Then we have Esther. That's so funny because Esther, my Bible, is currently pointed to Esther, whose name literally translates to star, represents the ideal wife and the virtues of light, power, strength, and justice. Electa, I dropped the card, right? Oh, Electa, the ideal mother, embodies the seasons of autumn and the virtues of hospitality, honor, love, and devotion. Ruth, the widow, is the summer season and embodies the true friend who acts in humble service as unwavering devotions to family and understands the power of even the smallest acts of compassion. Shamanic teachings echo similar sentiments in honoring the four cardinal directions. As each student advances through north, east, west, south, homage is paid to the wisdom within the directions and the lessons revealed through becoming an avatar of each archetype. The medicine wheel of the Lakota traditions honor the north as a representation of the evening, winter, mind, old age, and wisdom. The east represents the morning, spring, spirit, childhood, and generosity. The south represents the afternoon, summer, soul, adolescent, and fortitude. And finally, west honors evening, autumn, body, adulthood, and bravery. To live fully and woolly, an ideal of integrity is to pause. Remember to ask if you are embodying what you articulate, and if what you articulate is in alignment with integrity. Integrity must be fully integrated in order to pass through the gates of the higher learning experience. I achieve with integrity means articulation in word as well as the intentions encoded in the vibration of what you speak into the world. That's why I say you got to be careful of the energy that you are putting out. If you're putting out this energy that is blocking your ascension, you're not moving further. You are blocking your own self. You have to make sure you are going with the flow. Make sure that you are embodying this energy that is with the season, with love, integrity, with strength, convictions, and it's you have to learn how to really, so that way the universe will also give back. It is embodiment of strength of your convictions and consciousness, a light shining within the luminous of a star, the needle point of the compass, aware of truth and direction, the shimmering spirit of each season, reasons for passage, and the awareness of the potency within each great parable, metaphor. You achieve ascension when you learn that lesson that you needed to learn from the lower level chakras to your higher level chakras. It's like you cannot continue to move forward if you're not working from this space. That's why you don't see growth within your life. I'm going to read one more because these are very long. But I do want to read. Let me see if it comes out. It says, I am peaceful. You are accepting. You are open to love, and you will receive because you are opening to love. And you relate in peace. You are not this person who is in chaos. I do want to read. I keep my own counsel. Mayat, as a living principle, is the embodiment of order. And in living this principle, our daily experience becomes a personification of fairness, truth, and balance. To circumvent chaos through actions that are just. Just being the key word as it is defined by an unbiased equilibrium. To die is to stop living, but to stop living is something entirely different than dying. Chinese proverbs. In the Egyptian Book of the Dead, when a soul enters the underworld of Duat, the hardest place on the scale to be weighed against the feather Mayat, as the measure of action and inaction of their lifespan. Before the heart can be weighed, the deceased must have to recite the 42 negative confessions of Mayat, as taken from the papyrus of Ani. What was not done would have equal bearing to what was done, justification of the life lived, being perceived by how closely the soul aligned with Mayats of harmony. These are the negative confessions of Mayats. 42. I have not committed sin. I have not committed robbery or violence. I have not stolen. I have not slain men or women. I have not stolen grain. I have not purloined offerings. I have not stolen the property of gods. Number 8, I have not uttered lies. Number 9, I have not carried away food. Number 10, I have not uttered curses. Number 11, I have not committed adultery. Number 12, I have made none to weep. 13, I have not eaten the heart. For example, I have not grieved unless or felt remorse. 14, I have not attacked any man. 15, I am not a man of deceit. 16, I have not stolen cultivated land. Number 17, I have not been an eavesdropper. 18, I have slaughtered no man. 19, I have not been angry without just cause. 20, I have not debauched the wife of any man. 21, I have not debauched the wife of any man. Repeats the previous affirmation but addressed to a different God. 22, I have not polluted myself. 23, I have not terrorized them. 24, I have not transgressed the law. 25, I have not been worth. 26. I have not shut my ears to the words of truth. 27. I have not blasphemed. Number 28. I am not a man of violence. Number 29. I have not a stirrer up of strife or a disturber of the peace. Number 30. I have not acted or judged with undue haste. Number 31. I have not pried into matters. Number 32. I have not manipulated my words in speaking. Number 33. I have wronged none. I have done no evil. Number 34. I have not worked witchcraft against the king or blasphemy against the king. 35. I have never stopped the flow of water. 36. I have never raised my voice, spoken arrogantly or in anger. Number 37. I have not cursed or blasphemed God. Number 38. I have not acted with evil rage. Number 39. I have not stolen the bread of the gods. Number 40. I have not carried away the kung fu cakes from the spirits of the dead. Number 41. I have not snatched away the bread of the child, nor treated with contempt the God of my city. 42. I have not slain the cattle belonging to the gods. The law of Maya finds its closest correspondence in the Tao, as the Tao is believed to be the underlying natural law of the universe. Yin and Yang never been separated, as equal and interconnected as the heart and feather on the scales. In living with the ideal of keeping your own counsel, it is important to ask yourself who you are behind closed doors. When no one is watching you and you are left into your own devices, acting only as the perceiver, not the perceived, do your actions remain balanced in what you do, who you are, and how you live? Does what you do have the same intentions as what is done? Keeping your own counsel is practicing mindfulness in each moment by paying attention to your behavior and remembering to remain in alignment with truth. Whether you are the object of perception or the subject of who perceives, it is understanding that chaos and contrast gives birth to clarity and order. And order is found when we are met with and triumph over disorder. So throughout disorder and chaos, there's a rebirth of truth. The principle of Mayat, the nature of the Tao, invisible forces that governs all of what is visible, have a timeless wisdom that has trickled through parables, fairy tales, myths, and mystical manuscripts from all ages. May we be reminded of the story of Joseph and the Canaanites, or Joseph, the technicolor dreamcoat of modern days, as a permanent figure in both the Bible and the Quran, and a hologram bringing color to the prism of the human story. A seer and sage in his own right, represented by his coat of many colors, and the preferred miracle child of his parents, Joseph's revelatory dreams became visions made manifest. This enraged his older brothers because they felt as though he perceived himself to be above them, and out of anger, they sold him into slavery. Joseph was brought to Egypt and became slave to Potiphar, captain of the Pharaoh's guard, but quickly advanced to servant, then superintendent. When Potiphar's wife, Zuleika, made a romantic advance on Joseph and he denied her, she became angry and falsely accused him of rape. Thus Joseph was thrown into prison. The Pharaoh chief, cupbearer, and baker shared Joseph's cell with him. Both suffered from powerful nightmares, which Joseph was able to interpret. He summarized what the messages of the dreams were: that the chief cupbearer would be freed, but the chief baker would be hung. His accurate predictions caught the attention of the Pharaoh, who himself had been suffering from unresolved dreams. And Joseph, again, accurately predicted the astral revelations. 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of famine. The Pharaoh freed Joseph, made him chief vizier, and renamed him Zephanah Paneah. I don't know how to say it. In the 2nd year of famine, Joseph's brother was sent to Egypt to buy goods. Do you remember this story? I remember it. But did not recognize him when standing in the presence, as so many years have passed since they have deceived him. Anger entered Joseph's heart, and he wanted revenge. However, redemption was found through forgiveness. And eventually he made peace with his brothers and reunited with his family under the blessings of the Pharaoh. Essentially, all lived their own versions of a happy ever after. If Joseph hadn't been thrown into slavery and forced to use his mind, heart, morals, and intuition to go from slave to vizier, perhaps all would have starved. And when the eventual famine found its way to the land, and the virtue of humbleness may have never entered the hearts of not only Joseph, but his brothers as well. The constellation of keeping one's own counsel comes when the idealized human understands that the mysteries of fate and the manifestations of dreams both spring from the same well. The all-seeing, the all-knowing, interconnected, that is the present in every myth and memory. Contrast constructs consciousness, and consciousness, like a rubber band, one stretch, never returns to its prior dimensions. Usefulness being found not in what is no more, but rather what is. There's a lesson. There's a lesson in this story. Forgiveness. We need to forgive. Forgive those who have hurt us, no matter how painful it was. There was a lesson to be learned through our trials and tribulations, through everything we go through in life. It's never to hurt. It's always to continue to ascend to a higher level of consciousness and become one with everything that is. It's just a never-ending story. It's just a story of all of us. We're just going through these stories, the same biblical stories, the characters, but it's just in modern time we are going through this, and we have to learn through our lessons. I have to use the restroom. 1 minute. Excuse me. I'm here. Drinking water. Bye-bye. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for being here. I told you it's going to be a long reading because there's a lot that I need to get out. My spirit is really speaking. So the ETs are also here. For those who are aware of the Men in Black, the Men in Black, they're watching. But the Galactic Federation are also here. They are watching our planet. They do not step into our, they do not interfere because of our free will, but they do monitor what other beings of the government are doing or trying to do. They will interfere if there's a secret that the government don't want to tell us that they're trying to do to humanity. They will interfere. The flower of life, inspiration, dreams. You may connect to the flower of life. And to study the flower of life is, I mean, I've done it. I had a book on it, and it's a lot. It's the flower of life. It's a geometric 2D template that represents the self organisms unfolding of everything in dimensional layers of the living universe that fractures from the micro to the macro. The geometric circular patterns with evenly based overlapping circles create a continuous 6-petal flower design that also contains the Star of David, hexagon shape, which intersecting points are lined up. Within the template is Metatron. You don't know, maybe some of you need to activate your Merkaba or work with Metatron. Within the template is Metatron cube, and the pattern expands in a fractional fashion, also dimensionally and hypercube. The hexagram contains all five platonic solids of physic matters, tetrahedron, cube, octahedron, tetrahedron, and isohedron. That's a lot. Geometrics, okay? Um, the flower of life is the symbol of visual expression of the all and source that interconnects, contains, and weaves all life's dimensions and living information as above, so below. Some have equated it to the Akashic records. Some initiates often use the sacred geometry, flower of life patterns as a meditation modality to invoke complex state of dimensional awareness and degrees of spiritual enlightenment. The flower of life is simple representation of the holograph geometry, the mechanics of natural law, of consciousness, awareness, and the paradigm understanding. So, you may use this, or you may need to study the flower of life. The tall whites are here. You may be guarded. You may be seeing also light language. You may be seeing symbols. These are star beings that you may connect to. They are called the tall whites. The tall whites stand 6 to 7 feet tall and are humanoid in appearance. They're thin, chalky white skin, paled, makes them look almost albino. Their eyes are proportionally double the size of humans and are blue in color when young, before changing to indigo and pinkish with age. They have platinum white hair and are lanky and slender. They can reach up to the age of 900 years, Earth years, and are vegetarians. Like most ETs, they do not age like Earthling do. The tall whites are, however, amazed at humans, close connections to pets and the animal kingdom. Their mannerisms are very focused, thorough, and deliberate. They do not multitask and are not into small talk. The males hardly speak, though the females make an effort to speak little. They prefer dry climates and is said to are based on a treaty bases in the mountains, so they do not come to earth. They're more in the mountains. So these tall beings have crafts. They also, I see orbs. And here we have the vegans. You may like to be in solitude. You like your peace, independence. Fire element is here, air. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, fire signs have a connection to these beings as well. The pentagram is also a protection symbol. If you work with symbols, there's protection here. The draconians are around as well. You are facing your shadow selves every single day. Don't deny it. Don't be ashamed. Because we all have shadows. We all faced our shadows. Some of us have cleared our shadows. But our shadows are only lessons. They project whatever lessons we need to learn. And always, always forgive. So that way you could continue to level up. Remember that we want to get to the state of nirvana. That's, I don't know what's your goal, where you at in your spiritual journey. But there are some of us who have reached that space and we are at peace. We look at the shadows and embrace them, and it doesn't bother. It is what it is. Merkaba. Yeah, you need to activate your Merkaba. You can astral travel in your Merkaba. Travel long distance in your Merkaba. You may need to also use the Merkaba geometric symbol for protection as well. Learn how to use sacred geometry for protection. And understand the symbols that you are using. It's very important that you, as a spiritual enlightened being, learn about sacred geometry if you're called to learn about it, because it does have a lot to do with your DNA as well, and it also has a lot to do on how to work with building sacred geometry and foundations where you want to build businesses or buildings or homes. It has a lot of energy, and working with sacred geometry is a form of protection, and have these sacred geometries around as your talisman for protection. That's what if you know, you know. And I'm here. I'm here as I learned this in a matter of, how you say it, 5-6 years that I have been activated. I have connected to my higher consciousness. I have healed through this process. I've learned so much, and I'm just amazed at myself that I learned things that I didn't learn in school. It wasn't my interest, even though I like to learn these things, spiritual symbols, past life, aliens, geometry. It's just, I feel better when I learn these things. It's like, it just opens up. It's like, I didn't know about numerology. I didn't know about all this. And then as I started to learn and started to remember, it just came so much easier to understand. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I'm just amazed. I'm very thankful for the journey. Yeah, these crop circles. When you see these crop circles, these are symbols that are being activated within the land to, for those who see it, to activate them, activate these energy within your own being. There's messages that are being sent from the higher, from our star family. They're called crop circles. I'll read you some of it. Crop circles. Let's see. People used to say, what are these things? They look so evenly cut out. It's like humans cannot do this. No, humans are not doing this. The galactic, the aliens are doing it. The crop circle is a phenomenon has intrigued contemporary societies with discoveries of vast and intricate geometric patterns found in crop fields throughout the world, which mysteriously actualize overnight. The crop circles are they vary in design and size and can expand over hundreds of feet. Chunky man-made prank-style crop circles have been found, yet pale in comparison to the authentic crop circle's mastery of finesse. The discoveries of crop circles rarely, if ever, receive mainstream news to avoid evoking fringe researchers and UFO conspiracists to the forefront. Crop circles have been discovered largely in the UK, but also in China, USA, South Africa, Australia, Germany, Canada, Czech Republic, the Netherlands, and Russia. Most ufologists and paranormal investigators believe the quality of the design are clearly the responsibility of higher intelligent beings. Research believes that the extraterrestrials are using the basic format as a way to bridge with humanity and communicate on a level that does not cause fear and alarm. Closer studies to the actual crop stems show that they do not forcefully blend and snap stems to lay them down. Rather, they are delicately rounded and curved so that they bounce back later still alive. And also close observation of the crop shows that they are intricately woven, not just randomly squashed. Visitors of these sites insist the energy for days after crop circles are found is magical and serene. Reports of witnesses observing crop circles being made said the glowing white orbs fly around in silence above the crops, emulating some type of energy that instantly ranges the crops into the design. The orbs operate swiftly and complete silence when they just fly away. So these crop circles are made by extraterrestrials, and they are made intricately layered down. They're not broken like some fake crop circles are made to be. They're designed for purpose, and there is a higher dimensional reason of intelligence for those who connect. The messages they receive are encoded within your DNA, and if you are activated, you will receive and you will understand the messages that is being sent by the higher councils that are not here to harm and hurt humanity, because if they wanted to hurt humanity, they could have done this a long time ago. So don't ever believe what the government puts out in regards to extraterrestrial. Yeah, because they work with them. These are the reptilians. They are the predators. They ship shape. Ooh, my ears. They ship shape. Oh my God. They don't like when they're spoken about. But They need to come out of hiding. Yes, Andromedans, atomy, free will, manifestations. The Andromedans are also around us at this time. They are very loving, very high vibrational beings. You may connect or have a connection to the Andromedans. They come from the Andromedan constellations, 22.5 million years light away. They are great square of Pegasus. Andromedan inhabit a massive area in space and are possibly the oldest race that visit our Milky Way galaxy. They are an abstract and dimensionally fluid species. Andromedans do not need to use spacecraft. They do not need to use any spacecraft. Okay? They usually use the nearby galactic gateway and Ceres and as dimensional portals. There's dimensional portals all over. Telling you stargates are open. There's different stargates that these entities come through that they're trying to block. Though Andromedans can holographically adopt any appearance, including elements, via shapeshifting, they typically appear like humanoids with varying shapes of blue skin. Other ETs revere Andromedans and say they are possibly the highest known ascended masters of these regions in the universe. Andromedan mythologies are often perceived as obscure yet brilliant. They are elusive and selective about who they choose to communicate with. Andromedans are extremely concerned with humanity's future and with the ecological devastations happening on Earth. They would prefer all benevolence and malevolence ET were absent for a while so humanity can master their own momentous energetic shifts of ascension without persuasion or deception. They are 12-dimensional ascended masters and have fully awakened the quantum capacity that far exceeds humanity's still dormant inbuilt DNA code of abilities. Andromedans understand the limited logical and awareness Earth humans are conditioned into. However, humanity must incorporate and develop your right and left hemisphere. We spoke about this earlier. Awareness and open heart presence and observation if they desire to evolve. For without this, their tiny bandwidth of human, spiritual, and light awareness presently in average human is not enough for ascension. So if you're not working on your ascension, if you're not working on healing, if you're not opening up your heart to receive, if you're not, if you don't care about humanity, if you are still focusing on things of the outside for your benefits, you're not going to ascend to your highest level of consciousness, and these beings will not even help you because you're not at that level of them trying to help you. They are ascended masters, and it's so funny. Could these be the ascended masters that was once walking this earth? Get it? Andromedans have their own high council regarding intergalactic and interstellar governance of multitudes of star systems and galaxies. They are 12-dimensional ascended masters and fully awakened to the quantum capacity that far exceeds humanity, still dormanted. So, if your DNA, if you have not activated, if you're still in this, still a lot of learning to go. I thank you all for being patient with me. Thank you all for being here. I've been here for a long time, right? Oh my God. For a very long time. So these are the messages from, I just want to point this out because there's a difference between the tall grays and the, oh, I did this earlier. I'm sorry. The tall grays and the short grays. Somebody was telling me the short grays were the bad. No, the tall grays are the bad ones. And I knew what I was talking about. These tall grays are the bad ones, okay? These short grays are the good ones. I'm gonna read you the difference. And that's 9 and 10 in the book. So 9 and 10. The short grays are from Zeta. There are many varieties of short grays. They originate in the Orion constellation. Zeta grays are typically 3 to 4 feet in height. The short grays are largely now a hybrid, and some are cloned at species that no longer have access to their soul matrix. The Alpha Draconians own, operate, and oversees these genetic engineering and cloning. The short grays have enormous hunting wraparound dark eyes, which are able to use while making eye contact with someone to hypnotize. They're also not good, sorry. While making eye contact with someone to hypnotize them into a trance, like the tall grays. Their skin color varies in tone of gray. They do not physically eat, though do acquire nutrition from various sources by absorbing energy through their skin. The 1947 Roswell crash in New Mexico brought short gray's existence to the public's attention. The short gray's mode of interstellar travel is usually disc-like crafts. They have no sex organs and no emotions. They are purely logical and are incredibly intelligent and telepathic. It is reported they too are a dying species and are desperate to save themselves from extinction. Some short grays have been associated with the abduction and contactee phenomenon, which reportedly the short grays experimentally do with mythologies, which will hopefully help them access their soul's matrix and thereby assist their genetic species. They are largely a slave subservient race that complies under the draconian rules. Then we have the tall grays, right? They are also from the Zeta star system in the Orion constellation. Though some have made suggestions they may have come from Andromeda galaxy, which is even further away. Others even speculate that they could be a future evolution of the human race returning here, or an alien race from the future that has traveled back in time. They are somewhat similar in appearance to the short grays, only much taller, and some have slightly more notable nose. The tall grays are lanky with elongated spindly limbs and ectophomic body, and they can stand anywhere from 6 to 8 feet height. Like the short grays, some have 4 fingers on each hand, others have 3. They are not overly strong and have awkward bodily movement like their own cousins. They too have no reproductive organs. The tall grays have also been associated with abduction phenomenon and are usually described as hostile, bitter, and cold. They are largely work under the Alpha Draconian dominance and mind control. Many are now clones. Some blame the tall grays for the unexplained cattle mutilation phenomenon. Some tall grays are postponed in scientific mind labs, genetic laboratories, and secret militaries negotiation departments. They are telepathic, psychic, and have an intimidating presence. The tall grays operate and function in a utility hive mind, Borg-like culture, where individuals' thought is near non-existence. I don't know if any of you had any abduction dreams, or have visited a spaceship, or have any visions of, because not all ETs are bad. Just know that these are the ones, the draconians, the reptilians, the tall grays, the whoo child. Okay, so here we go. I am going to pull out some cards. That's a lot. Pull out some cards, see what messages the collective needs to know at this time. These are the cards that I haven't used these in a while. So let's see. There are actors and actresses that are involved here. Dead rats could be significant. Some of you may be seeing dead rats. Rodents. Moroccan. Somebody here could be Moroccan. I'm a little cold, so I'm going to turn off my air conditioner. Oh. Sitting right in front of it. It's like Young Thug, the Rico crime, street gang. Something about street gangs could be, or Atlanta could be significant. Oh, there was just a spy, a bug, a fly. On the Moroccan, somebody's Moroccan. Yeah. This is a symbol. Somebody could be blocked, frozen in time, experiencing psychological blocks at this time. They may be an actor, Moroccan, part of a gang. They could have been paid some hush money. Hush money. People have been paid hush money. Yeah, it's corruption. They're paranoid. There's people here who are paranoid, experiencing paranoia. Do you know why you're experiencing paranoia? Because you have yet to speak the truth. You have yet to release. There's something that you have done, and you're paranoid because you know you're going to come face to face with this, whatever you've done. Because paranoia, it doesn't just come from nowhere. It comes from something that you have done. and they put it as a mental illness, but it's a drug. But what happens is that when you try to hide things and you use any kind of illicit drugs or do any kind of witchcraft or anything, you're going to be paranoid because you know the truth is going to be exposed. So you're hiding truth. So anyone who's experienced paranoid, I know when I was dating somebody and they was like, I can't sleep. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't do nothing. There's something, I feel my heart racing. It's like having anxiety attacks all the time. It's because that person was cheating. I was like, I sleep very good at night. So I don't know about you, but I sleep very well at night. So there's something that you need to release and talk about because it's driving you sick. And it was true. They were having an affair because they came clean to me. They was having an affair and the relationship was ended. So the truth always comes out no matter what. And people who experience any kind of paranoia, any kind of depression, any kind of anxiety, something's going on. Something they need to face, to let go of, to be free from that state of being. Yeah. The letter Z, Zeta. Then we have Zeta. Letter Z could be part of your name, could be part of a license plate letter, I don't know. Somebody said, I like you. Somebody likes somebody. Somebody likes somebody. They live in a city. Somebody lives in a city. The letter Q. Something is faded. Somebody's false twin is here. I don't subscribe to anything. I don't subscribe to putting myself in a box or subscribe to twins. Anything of that nature. I learned about this. Anybody who watches any readings about twins, make sure they're telling you the truth. The twin is within you. That is your divine masculine, divine feminine that needs healing. And we come into a relationship with our kingdom spouse. Not no lies. The letter L. There's a lot of people out there with fake. Anyway, that's their business, but God is seeing them. Somebody here, you may have graduated or will be graduating from your higher consciousness. You know, we do elevate, and our stars, our ancestors, our guides, and our Father, our Creator, sees us going through these levels of ascension that we are being initiated to continue to receive our gifts, spiritual gifts, opening up our 12 strands of DNA, right? to level up to higher consciousness and to connect. There's a big celebration going on in the spiritual realm. There will be prison riots. There's people who are getting rid of evidence. They are under investigation. They are being investigated at this time. Yeah, there's gang. There's a lot of gang here. A lot of gang activity. A lot of people in gangs are also are going to prison. And these gangs could be in prison. They may cause prison riots. This could be in a city near you. There is the dark web. People use the dark web. Yeah, there is family secrets. And Spirit said there is. There could be a spirit. There could be a spirit. The forest. There are secrets within the forest. There are secrets within the forest, and somebody's getting rid of evidence about this secret in the forest. Somebody may live near the forest. Family secrets within the forest. Maybe bodies are going to be found in the forest. Energy mimickers not working. Whatever these energy harvesters or mimickers are doing, it's not working. The letter N is significant. New York. A musician. Somebody here may be a musician, maybe play music. Somebody likes cake. Wedding cake. Something about, remember the wedding cake under the bed? They're gonna meet. This is what is it called? A rooms, which means strength. There's going to be lots of healing powers and good health. This room is very significant. Somebody may work with rooms, the druids. Somebody's phone is tapped, the letter S. Somebody's phone with first, middle, last name. The phone is tapped. Yeah, look, oh my God, wiretap. There is wiretapping here. There's a lot of wiretapping here. There's a lot of wiretapping. There's a lawsuit coming. Letter G. There's a lawsuit. Somebody's going to get sued because they're illegally tapping somebody's phone. And they're getting rid of evidence. They're trying to get rid of evidence. There was evidence on the black web. But there's light forces all around. Give it up to the light workers. I love you guys. Thank you for your work, each and every one of you. I also give it to the dark because you guys keep us on our toes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the lessons we learned. Somebody's going to get sick from so much fellatio being done. Somebody likes to get fellatio, but somebody's going to wind up getting sick. Be careful with this energy exchange that you guys do, especially sex exchanges, because it does have you build a soul tie with them, and it's also an entanglement within your energy, your sacral energy. So you don't want to be giving that energy away just easily like that to just anyone that doesn't do right by you, who doesn't support you, who doesn't love you. This energy, The letter O. Somebody's sleeping. Yeah, somebody here is sleeping with the enemy. You're going to get sick because somebody is not faithful. The letter O. Somebody's not faithful. Guilty by association. Somebody's going to be arrested. Guilty by association. If you smoke weed, be careful. Your weed is being laced. Your weed is being laced by these satanic cults. Satanic cults, you may be part of satanic cults. Creation. Somebody created dark. Well, they created their own, how you say it, their own downfall. That's why there's a lawsuit coming. Somebody here could be a sergeant in some sort of, how you say it. Yeah, you need to surrender. Somebody here needs to surrender. Somebody's immortal. Immortal. You may need to fast. Any energy that anybody puts into my channel, if you take it away, I'm calling karmic justice on that, because it's not right. It's not right. You're going to get karmic justice. God sees everything you're doing. Somebody's from London. Somebody may have dreads. They're a liar. They are a liar. You can't come in here and siphon energy and think it's okay. That how you say it, my field is protected. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, somebody here is in a void. They're stuck. They're stuck. These could be, and haters. Hi haters. Hi haters. I love you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Secret lovers. That's what you are. A secret lover. Somebody here has a secret lover. Yeah, they are reptilians and have hidden agendas. They are reptilians and have hidden agendas. Reptilians. But somebody is going to prosper and there will be balance. Justice is here. Somebody will get their justice. God's children will get their justice. The scales are being balanced. The letter R. Somebody here like to rob people. They like to rob, steal, cheat, hurt. Stealing that energy. It's no good. Somebody could be Brazilian. A police officer is also here involved. Police involved. Also NASA. Somebody may have dogs, own a dog. Somebody may connect to the dogs. If you ask a question, the answer is maybe. Initiation, gang, and cult spirit. Oh, I'm telling you, these are cults. These are gangs that are going to be facing charges. They're going to be facing charges. They were part of initiation. These group of witches I can't. Their judgment. Like there's judgment. There's great judgment. You think you got away? No, you're not getting away. No, no, no. God has you like this. No, 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 you're not going away. You will be famous. Yes. Famous criminals. You will be famous, but you're going to be famous criminals. Route or Highway I-295, New Jersey could be significant. Somebody may take that. There's also discrimination lawsuits coming. Somebody could be Hindu. Father's Day may be significant. Something may have happened on Father's Day. Lost their souls. These scientists have lost their souls. They failed the test. Failed God's test. The letter B. Bob. Somebody's name is Bob. Somebody is the boss. Somebody could be a boss. Somebody may have seen a ghost. Somebody here's name is Ross. Rose. Somebody's name could be Rose. Somebody here could be lost. Somebody here is nosy. Spiritually gifted. There are spiritually gifted people here. Yeah, we see you. We see you. We see you. There are people, somebody's here going to get a proposal. Oh, Akashic record activation. So people's Akashic records are being activated. There was just a notification that just came up. Brian Scott, what's his name? Brian Scott? Hold on. Yeah, Brian Scott. You guys watch him? Very good. I did a lot of meditation on his channel. I activated my Merkaba on his channel through meditation. He's a very good. I read his books. He's a very good person. Very good. And everything that he does. He was part of my awakening as well. The channels that I used to listen to. The letter F is very significant. Somebody here is fake. Somebody here is false. Somebody here will be found guilty. Yeah, there's justice again. Justice. For they place magic on children. In Utah, Columbia University is also part of gang stalking and human experiments. The letter A. Somebody could be from Arizona. Somebody may work in a lab. Somebody's a science. Los Angeles is very significant. South America is significant. Something about a boat. A boat. Florida. Somebody may live in Florida. Somebody's a rag. Somebody's a rag. There's A gang. There's gang. There's gang here. There's a lab. There's a lab that is conducting human experiments. Could be in Florida. Could be in LA. Could be in Arizona. Could be in Atlanta, Georgia. South America. North America. Somebody's gonna ran. Somebody's running. Somebody may be running from the law. Somebody may be running from the law. What else, Spirit? What else? Yeah, there are thieves. There's people who are thieves. They are, oh my God, somebody's going to call somebody from prison. And they have a court case coming up. The letter R. Again, human experiment. I'm telling you, they're doing human experiments in a lab. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. This is Jura. This is how you call it, a rune. It means rewards, gain, fruitful season, peace, and happiness. God's children will be rewarded for their spiritual gifts that they use for the good, for exposing, for exposing these criminals from committing crimes against humanity. These satanic cults that have put out dark energy into our universe to try to siphon the energies of children, of those, to put them in fear. Yeah, the president, current president, past presidents, they all involved. They wicked. They are wicked. Somebody here works with diamonds. Somebody here, their name could be Diamond. France is very significant. Brazil, California, LA, Florida, North America, South America, Rhode Island. Somebody here drives an old car. A CEO. Somebody's here is a CEO. Somebody owns a business, a false business. They're exposed. And somebody's identity is stolen. Somebody stole somebody's identity. I'm going to, let's see if there's any more here. Believe in yourself. Believe that these dark forces will go to jail. Yeah, believe that. Water. Could be doing something to the water in Peru. Incel. I remember this word. This word is a number of online community of young men who considered themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile towards women and men who are sexually active. There's a lot of these men that are subscribed, and they are this type of person, and they go and they try to harvest, tap into the energy of high vibrational beings or beautiful people, and just the things that they do, you have no idea. It's like, are we, this world is, I can't, it's like, I just laugh, and I'm like, really? Really? This is really happening? People really do this? It's like, why? Who spends their time to think about everything? It's like, who does that? They like to hurt people with pure hearts. Their lies are being exposed, and the dragons are protecting the pure-hearted. All their lies are being exposed. Yeah, the warlocks. Thank you. Trying to siphon psychics. And somebody has a secret child. Somebody does things and their secrets are going to be exposed for the lies. Could be a warlock. The letter P. The letter P is a water sign. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. P. Diddy, I don't know. And Aguas, it's fertility, internal growth, and new life. If you know about runes, you know about symbols. They are very regretful. You gotta forgive these people, for they not know. Forgive them. Forgive them. There's a woman here who is overly sexually. 111-777-888-666-555-1234-99. I've been seeing this. As a matter of fact, I have those numbers in my book. I've seen those numbers. It's 555-234-1234. I have 234-555-444-9999 and 22. Well, those are the numbers that I've seen, but these are the numbers that came out. So when you see numbers like this, make sure that you look up the meaning of them, and also you go within and you ask to activate these numbers within your being as well. Somebody here has an illegal cannabis, has a legal or illegal business in cannabis. Somebody's leg is going to be broken, and that's true. Because something about the military mission, there are secrets in the military about somebody's destiny. Sex tape revenge. Fatalities are happening, and imprisonment. People are imprisoned in their own minds as well. Hairdresser. Somebody here is a starseed. You may be a hairdresser. And college involvement. There are students from college who are involved, family who are involved, maintenance people are going to get arrested, or going to be the karmic male or female. The florist, again, is very significant. There is something in the forest. Co-defendant. Somebody's going to get arrested and they have a co-defendant. The governor, a mason, is going to pass away. Wow. I didn't expect that. The letter T. Somebody with the letter T. Somebody works part-time. Somebody needs to listen to the birds, the crows. They're sending you messages. The crows, there is going to be death. There is going to be death. Somebody's going to blame somebody because they don't want to take the rap for it. Somebody has here alien blood. Somebody here could be a cheater. It's a cheater. They cheat in everything they do in their whole entire life, okay? If they lie one time, if they lie, a boss. A boss. Somebody is a liar, their boss is a liar. Playing the victim. Yeah, they were inspired to do this. Somebody is from Islam, but they are very thankful. This person from Islam is very thankful. Could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. There's a crazy ex here who is very unhappy. This ex is very unhappy. They're very deceptive, yeah. Very Decepticon. You know Decepticon? Yeah. They don't like to take no for an answer. There probably be in the domestic violence. There's fights in families, and there's truly an ending. And Route 66 could be significant. That's between Chicago and Los Angeles. And there are new beginnings for the starseeds. Military family, and somebody could be on their deathbed. There's a lot of death here. There's death, but there's also new beginnings when they're gotta make space. Gotta make space to fill the void. Oh man, I haven't even, you know, I made this, let's see, spirit, guides, angels, ancestors of the highest white light. Can I leave? Can I leave? Kanaya, Shamakanata, Ila Makayata, Shamakanaya Kanata, Uma Kanaya, Ila Makanata, Shamakayana Makitana, Uma Kataya, Shamikanaya. I thank all of you. Thank you for being here. I'm very appreciative of each and every one of you. I thank you all. I'm very grateful and very thankful for sharing this moment with me, for spending time with me. I love you all. I'm very grateful, humbly, humbly, humbly thankful. You know, I only pray for the best for each and every one of you, sincerely. I don't ever want to see anybody suffer. I don't like to see that, but it's not my life. I need to stay clear away from those who experience I just send each and every one of you love. It's just, I know when I'm not, I can't be around low vibrate. I feel it. I really do feel it. And if I'm trying to help somebody to ascend, I get questioned a lot. And I get questioned to the point where I don't need to answer people. And because I don't need to give anybody any explanation about what I'm receiving. As long as I know that I'm getting these messages from the Most High God and they coming from a space of love, and people judge, and it's so, I just know that I just need to go on my way. I cannot be around that anymore, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to lower my frequency of my vibration to fit your shoes. I already been there. I don't want to go back there. I already I've learned. I'm here to guide those out of where they are, to continue to ascend and not continue to repeat the same patterns. I'm just going to read some of the ancestors who are here as well. Their messages. They're coming to you. They're asking you to explore your creative side. Use your creativity. Maybe it's through work. Maybe it's through art. Maybe it's through music. You are being called by your ancestors to connect to your way, to your visions. What are you seeing? Explore your creative side. I'm not for everyone, to be honest. That's why I stay alone. I'm not for everyone. Ain't nobody, they not gonna get me. They don't understand me. And it's okay. That's why I stay alone. I don't need to explain anything to anybody. I'm not here for that. There is, music, instruments. You may be called to use instruments. You need to treat your body well. You may need to exercise, maybe get a massage, meditate. But you have ancestors here who work with this same flute, the same instrument. I have one of these. I brought one so I could play. I brought this. I brought a drum. I brought the bells. I brought the chimes. These. But these are activate and send off energies. These are Tibetan bells, I guess. Tibetan. So you may connect to the Tibetan. But your ancestors here are telling you there's something about your creative side that you need to explore. Yeah, it says go after your goals. Go after your dreams. Don't block your dreams. Have the courage to move forward. Be persistent in everything that you want in life. Make sure that everything that is coming from us is from love. You have a passion. You have a passion for music. You have a passion for your artwork. I draw a lot. Maybe little knickknacks, but I'm always like, I do my light language. which I've been doing so. I my hands. I don't know. It's very, I feel the energy within my hands. I do, how you say, Tai Chi. Tai Chi is such a very good exercise. It's working with the energy. It's bringing balance. It's a lot. There is an alien that I drew here. I draw aliens a lot, and he says, "I'm here. I'm your guide. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to protect you." And there is some star fleets around. I draw, and these are from the ruins, the box that I ruin box. There's expansion. There goes my alien again. My green alien is it's time for us to be seen. Humanity, we are here. We are real. So they want to tell you that they are real. See, there's new beginnings. There's a lot of change happening as well. There's new beginnings and change. It's telling you to re-energize your life. There's a message here from the ancestors. Interact and relate. It says, welcoming and looking after guests in a positive and generous and hospitable way is a part of the traditional Maori culture called Manakitanga. They understand that when everybody works together and respect each other, the whole community is much better off. The murrain is at the heart of the community. This is a meeting place where celebrations, formal occasions, funerals, and teachings occur. A symbol of group unity and murrain is a place where people come together to share and honor traditions. You may come together with a group of different cultures. Other tribal members hold authority in the murrain. They teach the younger generations their language, stories, spirituality, arts, music, genealogy, and beliefs. Often, a hangi, where food is cooked in the ground, provides meals for large groups during festivals, celebrations, and funerals. The ceremony sharing of meals help bring family and community together. The ancestors speak. Community and family are highlighted for you. This card suggests you have been isolating yourself or too busy to be present and engage with friends or family. Be mindful of how important it is to interact with others. You don't need people around you constantly, but it is healthy to have regular social outings and to feel connected with other people. Prepare and enjoy a meal with people you care about. Divinatory meeting. It says, your spirit shines brightest when you share your energy with others. You are not meant to travel through life alone. Spirit has sent people and animals for you to interact and share your life with. Reconnect with someone who you haven't seen for a while or haven't spent enough time with lately. So you're called to connect to people. Maybe of different culture, different language, whatever. Maybe it's somebody that you haven't seen in a while that you need to connect with them again. Or animals. You're being guided. This is a message from your ancestors. Don't think that you are ever alone. You're never alone. Don't isolate yourself. I tell ya. Respect. Respect your physical body. You're being called to respect your physical. Don't give your body freely. Just, and I'm telling you, it's not, at this moment, is not a good idea to freely. If you are in a monogamous relationship, if you know it's a monogamous relationship, you know he's loyal, that's fine. But if you are in a relationship where you're jumping from, it's not. You're into your energy is so caught up and all. Oh, it's all, how you say it, intertwined with different soul ties, and there's a lot of karma with other people who have karma. Your energy is unbalanced. You have to really be careful of the energy that you are giving out. Respect your physical body. Your ancestors is calling you to stop and relax, detox. There's a thing that you need to cleanse your whole entire vessel. Yeah, you may need to focus on your children, or you may need to be focused on a new business that you are creating, or somebody here, you may be pregnant and you're focusing on the birth of your new child. Coexist, go into nature, learn how to recycle, how to use, how to limit waste, learn how to coexist in this world. Nature. Mother Gaia is calling you to go into nature. It says, go outside and feel the sun on your face or the wind in your hair. Breathe in clean, fresh water. Walk through riverbeds or feel the soft green grass under your feet. Find balance and be one with the natural world, just as the Gilgit people have done for thousands of years. That's TLINGIT people have done for thousands of years. Look to how much time you are spending inside, especially in air-conditioned or artificial heating or under fluorescent lights. Your body needs to recharge by having access to natural light and fresh air. Notice how good it feels when you walk outside and experience the world around you. It's telling you to take a look around at everything nature has provided for you. Your home, your clothing, your food are all gifts from Mother Earth. This card is encouraging you to look at how you can give thanks by limiting waste and sharing resources and knowledge with those who you are close to. Look at ways you can reduce your demands on yourself and your environment for happier, more balanced living. Thank you, ancestors. Yeah. Go with the flow. Get some rest when you need, because you are manifesting. You are manifesting. Thailand. I'll tell you, somebody is from Thailand. Laugh and have fun. Smile. Always have this positive energy about you. always be in a space of joy. Let's see. It says, due to its remote location in the eastern Himalayas, Bhutan has been largely self-reliant and protected from invasion. Bhutan is the name used by outsiders. The inhabitants called their homeland Drukgyal, meaning land of the thunder dragon. Despite its isolation, Buddhism arrived in Bhutan as early as the 17th century CE and was well founded by part of the culture from the 18th century. In 1972, the fourth king of Bhutan, King Gemi Singh Wanchok, infamously stated that gross national happiness is more important than gross domestic products. Once coined, gross national happiness became a hallmark of Bhutan's infrastructure. The Gross National Happiness Index was introduced as a yardstick for government policy and business practice. The GNHI considers psychological well-being, health, education, community vitality, living standards, and other factors, not just economic growth. The holistic approach to progress is unique, inspiring, and successful. Since the introduction of the GNHI, Bhutan has significantly reduced poverty. Isn't this beautiful? And its economy has seen consistent growth. It remains one of the happiest places on earth. There is hope. There is hope. There is possibility that we could also turn this world into a very beautiful, loving, happy, full of vitality. The ancestors said, when was the last time you had a proper laugh? When did you laugh so hard your stomach hurt? If it was too long ago to remember, it is time to plan a joy session. Watch some comedy, read a funny book, or connect with people, some people who are positive people. You may want to try laughing meditation. If you have already had a good belly laugh today, have another one. You can never have too much laughter in your life. Joy and laughter can help you through hard times. Laughter is truly the best medicine. It heals you and it helps you to open yourself to positive energy. When you laugh, you become magnetic, drawing like-minded people, positive people to you. Also, laughing is infectious by increasing your gross personal happiness. You help others smile and laugh as well. You can help heal people who need a boost of positive energy. Smile, laugh, and giggle today. Why not? Why not? Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you all. It's been a long day. I am out. I am out. I am out. I thought I was going to go through all these, but Spirit is like, no, I'm good. I did my work for today. I did everything that I needed to do. Thank you, Spirit. And we close out this session. I thank you, my Spirit guide. Thank you, my Father. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the messages. And just know everything was done with love. I love you all. Have a blessed day. Enjoy. And good night. Be good to one another.